Okay, what's up, guys? This is part 2. I told you it would be coming rather soon. Where we left off, we had just arrived in Lordran. We arrived at Firelink Shrine, the hub of the game. This is it. Hello, sir. We're gonna be going on a bit of a tour of Firelink Shrine. Get a few baddies killed as well. I had to split it up because obviously the first part was very long, lots of talking, lots of explaining stuff. We're going to have a lot more action in this part. First of all, let's go on tour, let's pick up some of the stuff that we can get. And let's speak to some of the guys. Let's get to know some of the people around here. First of all, let's speak to this fella. Yeah, look at that face. Look at that trustworthy face.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now.
Too late now?
Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Is that all? Is that all you got to say?
Your face. You're practically hollow. I don't know. Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Yeah, going hollow does actually solve a couple of problems. Believe it or not, if you're hollow like this, or zombified and black-eyed, you cannot be invaded by other players, which is a godsend in certain areas of the game. But you also can't summon. You can't summon other characters. You can't summon any phantoms, and there are actually some invaders that you actually want to invade, so you can get their equipment, things like that. So it's a double-edged sword. But this guy, he's not done yet. Let's see what else he's got to say.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
Really?
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
Okay, so yeah, you could go and kill a healthy human, but don't kill me. I'm talking about other people. It won't work if you do it with me.
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
There we go. So we know that this fella's died then. We know that he's undead and he's quite clearly not hollow. So how did he get his humanity back? Did he kill a bunch of corpses? Did he butter up a cleric and get summoned? Or the other option, option 3.
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Do I? What makes you say that?
What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Right, okay, so that's Crestfallen. There's another fella up here. This guy. This guy. Honestly.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
No, I do have business with you.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Oh, thank you. I won't spend it all at once, I promise.
You again? Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yes.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Just, not going to mention that ghost that's just there. Okay. Well, I already belong to this covenant, as you can probably already tell from my cleric rags.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Lovely. Okay, so yeah, obviously 2 clerics cutting the fat. We can learn a gesture from this guy. Now, what do you think the gesture is going to be from a man of the cloth? What do you think we're going to learn? Shrug. We're going to learn shrug. Absolutely. We are going to learn the... Absolutely wonderful. Do the gods even exist? Do these spells even work? Maybe. Depends on your efforts and your faith. But, yeah. That aside, he has got some rubbishy equipment. That's actually worth buying, the Thoroland Talisman. But the regular one there, don't waste your money, you're going to get one in a minute. Yeah, best to just save up your souls and get all these all at once. None of them are particularly useful except for Homewood. But even then, that's just to stop you from using a item. That's it. An item that you can find anywhere, so I won't worry about it. Okay, what have you got to say?
From a lady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Okay.
An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Really? Honestly? Really? 200 souls after you give me a crappy copper coin?
Very well. I can surely tell you, of all people.
Me of all people.
Clerics are given a mission to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires with humanity. Through kindling, we shall one day be granted magnificent powers. Very well. Undead clerics are given a mission. Kindling through kindling.
Okay. There
Come
we go.
again.
So he's
The effectiveness of the teaching.
Oh, shut up, fool. Right, so he mentioned one thing very interesting there. Undead clerics are given a mission to seek kindling. Okay. Which obviously I am an undead. I am also a cleric. And most of my equipment tells me that I should be on a pilgrimage. So why was I locked in the asylum? Just, interesting things to think about there. Okay, so yeah, this is where the lift up to the church is supposed to be. However, it's broken. But if you drop down, Secret area. Oh yeah, chests as far as the eye can see. I love a good chest. Right, here we go. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got some cracked red eye orbs. Online play item. Invade another world. And hollows cannot use the item. Okay, so I can't use this at the moment. I don't want to use it at the moment either because, yeah, I don't do PvP. I'm not very good at it. I'll just tell you now. But anyway, defeat the master of the world you have invaded to acquire humanity. The cracked red eye orb allows players to temporarily imitate this ability, normally limited to the dark wraiths of Kath. So, yeah, you're basically whoever has this is basically a murderer. Simply put, whoever's chest is his heart is a murderer. Okay. Next up, what have we got in here? We have a morning star and a talisman. Who else uses a morning star and a talisman, guys? Yeah. You can leave your answers in the comments box, but I think we already know who uses that. Let's figure this out. Who's this? What's this all about? A homeward bone. Okay. So what are homeward bones? Return to the last bonfire rested at. Bone fragment reduced to white ash. Return to last bonfire used for resting. Bonfires are fueled by bones of the undead. In rare cases, the strong urge of their previous owners to seek bonfires enchants their bones with a homeward instinct. Okay. Okay, so the plot definitely thickens, certainly. And now finally, final chest. What have we got in here? A Lloyd's Talisman. Prevents Estus recovery within a limited area. Talisman utilised by Allfather Lloyd's cleric knights to hunt down the undead. Blocks Estus recovery within a limited area. In the outside world, the undead are accursed creatures, and Lloyd's cleric knights are widely praised for their undead hunts. This blessed talisman blocks undead recovery, allowing the knights to fight with impunity. So yeah, we have a buddy up there who isn't as nice as he seems. Now, we're going to jump into the graveyard. Do not be fooled by the skeletons. They are not your basic enemies. We are going to try and get everything that we can from here as quick as possible. We have some high level stuff here. Zweihander there. Binoculars. Good old binoculars. Yeah, so this is where you get the binoculars from. Like I said, you get it very, very early on. There's absolutely no point in getting them as a gift. Right, so we've got most of it. But we're going to be coming back in a second. Let's just get the rest of it. Okay, lovely. Let's get back. So all those skeletons now, they'll have reset. So yeah, we can get all the good stuff. We're nearly done now, anyway. One there, one there. I'm sure there's one further down there as well. Let's do this. Where is this way? There it is, look. There we go. Use your surround shield. Up we go. There we go. So that's done as well. Right. Back again. Wrong way. There we go. Hey. Now you get to, you don't necessarily get to speak to that crow, but you do get to travel back to the tutorial area a little bit later on. There we go. Okay, so there's, I'm sure there's one left. There we go, fire bombs, lovely. Okay, there we go. So we're basically done with this area. There's another little bit, which I would definitely recommend doing. If you actually come down these stairs, there's another character here, but this poor woman has had her tongue cut out. Okay, so she's not being rude. She's not rejecting you. Okay, so you know, calm yourselves down. She is basically the maiden of the bonfire, and if you give her Firekeeper souls, she'll actually increase the power of your Estus flask. But you need obviously a Firekeeper soul in order to do that. So yeah, let's go and find one, shall we? Okay, so we keep going down the stairs. I was going to say I bet there's a lovely view, but there isn't. Okay, down here. Thump. There we go. So yeah, look at this. Yeah. Yeah, tragedy struck this area. Big tragedy. So, didn't mean to do that. Get a soul there. I won't spoil anything, but these look like survivors, in my opinion. Obviously they've withered away. They've basically lost their will to live, and they've become hollow. And now their life is just staring at their home, staring at their loved ones. Pretty heartbreaking, really. But you know, there's nothing that I can do, and it's just a video game. So just relax, okay? It's okay. It's not real. Right now, this fella.
Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head, and more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Ricky of the Vinine. I was once an established smith. Look at me now. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
What is it? Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escaping. It's safe here. Can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in
Yeah, why not? So yeah, this is the first blacksmith you'll meet. He isn't the best because he actually sells spells. He sells spells and a catalyst, but no blacksmith equipment. Now, my character isn't a sorcerer at all. Not at all. They're going to have much better ranged attacks anyway than these spells. There's no point in buying them yet. But what makes this guy useful is once you've actually got a certain amount of smithing equipment, you can just come straight back to him, and he can turn your weapon from a standard weapon to a magic infused weapon, basically. And this means that if you were going for the sorcerer type, your intelligence is going to be very, very high, and the higher your intelligence is going to be, the more damage a magic infused weapon does. Okay. So yeah, you can very quickly and very easily as well get basically a plus 14 magic weapon from this guy if you know what you're doing, if you do it right. I'm not going to do it because it's not my style. But it can be done, and I'll probably show you how it's done after this super series, this super Christmas special is completed. I'll do another run, I suppose, and I'll show you how to do it. But yeah, if you have no access to any blacksmith and you get hold of, say, a Titanite shard or something like that, you can come back to this guy and he can level up your weapons before anyone else. So yeah, we can repair equipment here as well. Let's just get that done whilst we remember. Right, let's see if he's got anything decent to say.
What is it? There's nothing to talk about. We're both cursed, undead. But what's there really to moan about?
What's really to moan about?
What is it? There's nothing to talk about. We're both cursed, undead. But what's there really to moan about?
I don't know whether I like this guy or hate him, but yeah, bye. Right, so we are actually going to make our way down there. It's a good job that we collected those homeward bones. Oh, S-Stock. Hello, ghost. Where is it gone? There we go. Did I pick up a ring? No, I didn't. Not yet. Are we done? Done. Okay, so we also picked up a transient curse there. You use those items so then you can actually defend yourself against the enemies here. As you can see, lots of water, everything's all sunk. Yeah, ghosts. Actual ghosts. So, yeah, our weapons are ineffective, our armour and everything else is ineffective against these guys. However, there we go. There is a Firekeeper soul literally right there. Okay, so let's just upgrade our flask. Estus flask reinforced. Leave it. Okay, so we picked up a couple of items, a couple of weapons there. I'm not going to bore you with an actual showcase of them because you can probably tell. They're not exactly special weapons or magic weapons, any of that. One of them is a pokey poke sword, the S-Stock. One of them is a you know, an ultra great sword, the Zweihander. So you can just slam people around with that. And the spear is a spear. All spears, in my opinion, work the same. So, yeah, pokey poke with a spear. That's it. Right, now, normally what I tend to do, I tend to grind this little part for a little bit before I actually get stuck in. And the reason for that being is, these may not have decent equipment, but the armoured fella down there, this dude, tends to drop the shield that he uses, and that shield is one of my favourite shields in the entire game. I'll use that all the way through. But yeah, he's not the only person who'll drop it. Thank you. But I tend to grind it out a little bit, just because obviously I want that shield as soon as possible. And now this rat, although I am poisoned, has a chance to drop that humanity item that I mentioned before. And humanity, I have to go back to the bonfire here, just give me a second. Yeah, now humanity is useful for an awful lot of things. You want to stock up on it as much as you can. Okay, so we got rid of all that stuff. There we go. Let's equip humanity, and I'll tell you all about it. So first of all, in order to use it, you'll notice in the top left hand corner it's gone from 0, 0 to 0, 1. Okay, we can do it again. There we go, 0, 2. Let's rest at this bonfire and I'll give you a brief example. First thing that you'll want to do is reverse hollowing. Okay, this will get you access to the multiplayer side of things if you want to do that. It'll mean that you get to see all the other players who want to join your team, for example. In my opinion, it's better being alive than hollow. It just is. But when you're actually alive like this as well, you get a chance to improve the state of that bonfire. At the moment, most bonfires will only give you 5 Estus flasks. You can up that to 10 if you kindle them. But we do not have the sacred rite of kindling. Okay, which means this one, although it will give you 10, because it's obviously bolstered by the firekeeper down there. Pardon me. Yeah, that bonfire will not go any higher until I get the rite of kindling. So, try again. There we go. Boom. Hollow warrior armor, there we go. Now, the more humanity you actually have on hand, like this, okay, the higher the chance you have of getting weapon drops and armor drops and everything else. Bleh. Okay, so he didn't drop his shield. We're not going to grind for it. I will grind for it, but I'll do that off screen for you guys, so don't worry about it. Boom. Boom. There we go. Now I'm going to use up my humanities. Because like I said, the more you have on hand, the better your item drop is. And yeah, with this rat, it kind of, well, it doesn't just kind of, it does. It drops humanity, so obviously I can use it straight away, respawn the rat and do it again. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do any of that on screen, because it is boring. Grinding is boring. Bam! Parrying, honestly, wow. Parrying and backstabs are basically the way to win any confrontation in this game, period, because not only are they really powerful, as you've just seen, bleh, but if you manage to perform it correctly, you become invincible whilst you go through the animation. So it's really, really good against groups. Bam! So he's off on one. Don't bother chasing him. We'll fight him in a minute. The little secret area here. Pillage a couple of corpses. Damn, son. Bam! There we go. Okay, so just be careful, there's another ambush in here. Bam! Boom. Rubbish. Where is he going? What does he think he's going to do? Humanity. Brilliant. Okay. Boom. Nice. Okay, so we're coming up to a notorious fight club area here. If we end up getting invaded, I'll do my best. But yeah, this little bit, you're usually going to find people invading who have done a level 1 playthrough. They've bought all the armour, all the equipment and everything else that they need, and then they're going to come back to this area where there's lots of noobs and just basically troll them. Like I said, I will do my best, but in the end, bleh. Oh. Let's get this lit. Get it kindled. There we go. There we go. So yeah, if we do get invaded now, at least I'm not getting sent back to Firelink Shrine. Oh. Ah! Some kind of magic arrow there. Hit me right in the front, stuck in my back. Down you go, son. Okay. Ooh, short sword. Bam! Rah. That is like the worst ambush ever. Let's try that again. There we go. Gone. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come in here. This is the undead merchant. He's definitely a lot more fun than Thurland. Let's have a quick chat with
Well
him.
now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale. Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
Lovely.
Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all.
Okay, Chief. Okay. Right, we've got a variety of different things. First thing that we're going to get before anything else is the residence key. And we are going to get the repair box as well. He does a lot of basic items. The only really unique item that he has is the reinforced club. You can basically find these everywhere else. Bows, well, you know, arrows and things like that. And he also has the first purchasable armor set in the game. Chain, you know, basic chain stuff. I happen to like it, but there is better stuff out there. Oh, don't have enough. I usually get the chain helm from him,
Thank you, kind.
so I've got something on my head. But yeah, I don't have enough souls in this case, so we're moving on. Down you go. Lovely. Right. We're running a little bit low on health. Now we're going to do some gymnastics. There's a hidden item over there. Yeah, could be useful, could be not. Depends on your definition of useful. But let's go get it. Okay. Here it is, a crossbow. Okay, so there's been an interesting design choice with the crossbow, and that is with a regular bow you can actually go first person with it and aim through a reticle and basically snipe people. Now a crossbow is pretty much designed for that purpose. However, the only thing that you can do with it is auto-aim like this, which, yeah, is a little bit backwards. I have to say, it's a little bit backwards. Obviously, in reality, with a crossbow, once you've pulled it back and you've put the bolt in, until you pull that trigger, you can aim that wherever you want, for as long as you want. Whereas with a bow, obviously there's nothing holding that string except for your own arm. So at some point, your muscles are going to be like, nope, nah, and you'll be forced to let go of that string. So there's not a lot of time for you to be aiming. So I think it's a bit of an odd decision for them to do it that way. But there you go, it is what it is. Bam! Dropped. There we go, black fire bombs. Ha! Bam! Love it. Oh, Hollow Warrior waistcloth. Yeah, not necessarily my style though, is it? Not necessarily. I like to have both of my feet covered up. There we go. They usually cause a bit of trouble for me. Oh, helm. Thank you, don't mind if I do. Let's take a look at that beauty. Yeah! Bit rough and ready, but it'll do, won't it? Come on, son. Rah. Dead. Nothing for it though. There we go. Right. Okay. Oh. Do not get hit by that. That thing hurts. Thankfully it's a one-trick pony. Once it's been done, it's been done. But yeah, do not get hit by that. Otherwise you've got to do this whole bit again. Okay, now we're going to come down here for the first ring of the game. But first of all, we've got to defeat this guy. Not exactly easy. How's my health looking? Okay. Can I do a sneak? No. Okay. Right, let's bring him out here. I hate fighting him in there. Absolutely hate it. For some reason, my controller always seems to glitch. And when I roll into a corner, and then that's it, I'm done. So let's get him out here. Games of danger. Boom! Right in the knackers. Boom! So as you can see, that did barely any damage to him. And that's my most powerful attack at the moment. Love how he just stands there and lets me hit him. Not really dynamic, is it? Boom! There we go. Titanite chunk. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so yeah. Sometimes he actually drops his shield, and sometimes he drops his sword as well. But it's completely random whether he actually does that. Gold pine resin. Oh boy. Okay, so that is very, very useful for this next step. Very, very useful. We are very close to fighting what I would call the first official boss of the game. And yeah, it's useful. It is useful. Okay. Now, some of you may be thinking, although some of you may not be thinking, why haven't I been smashing my way through every box and every barrel under the sun? I'll tell you why. Because this is the only one that has anything in it ever. A caveat can be drawn for the boxes in the sewers, because obviously we're going to go down after we go up. But the only thing that's in there is rats that attack you. So, yeah, don't be bored. There's no point in smashing them all, just waste time. And now these fools. Oh mate, if you'd never played this game before, oof, gits. They will shoot you in the back. They will shoot you in the back as you're trying to kill the boss. Where's that thingamajigger? There we go. So I'm all healed up. Yes. Pine resin. Yes. Right. Do something a little bit different. This Morning Star is incredibly similar to the mace, but it does bleed damage as well, which is perfect for a big monster like this with loads of health. Oh! Okay, now, got to be careful on this. Because sometimes he can do that, obviously, but sometimes he can hit you so hard, you end up flying off. Flipping it! I am not doing well here, am I? Right. Let's just get rid of him. Bam! Oof. I was not very artful there. Still, victory achieved. Humanity, homeward bone, lovely. He does have a chance as well. Ooh. Oh. He does have a chance as well to drop that axe. So yay. He didn't this time, but if he had done, I would seriously consider using that axe. Or at least trying to use it. Blah. Go. No, we don't have the key for that yet. Obviously that there is a massive gauntlet, but if we just come over here, first of all we have a glorious view. Well, the God rays there, lovely jubbly. But who's that, guys? Yeah, it's Solar. I'm gonna come over here so it doesn't keep saying toggle all the time.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
What kind of proposition?
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
Yes.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
Jolly
Of course, we're not the
cooperation.
only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you missed it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
You know, there's a spell for that, I think. But anyway, yes, that's Solar. He's just given us one of the most useful items in the game. Here we go. White sign, Solar. Okay, so guys, this video has gone on long enough. We've done the world tour of Firelink Shrine. We've killed the first major boss in the game, and we have met Solar and finally gained access to the multiplayer side of things. Now, I'm going to leave it there. In the next episode, we are going to do something very special. Absolutely. I won't tell you what it is, because you have to tune in and watch it. But yeah, if you like what you've seen already, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. And if you don't like what you've seen, do exactly the same thing and let me know why. Until then, however, video game, I will see you later.